Welcome to the day 8 of the AWS tutorial where we are learning about the DevOps journey and we are going through the AWS cloud where we have started learning about the AWS EC2 and till now up to the day 7 we have studied about why cloud came into the picture, what were the challenges before the cloud, and how EC2 helps you to run your applications, correct? So we have theoretically talked about the EC2, the different classes of the EC2 instances. What are the public IP addresses? What are the private IP address? What is the EIP, elastic IP address? We have talked about all these things, correct? And in today's video, we will be talking about the EC2 user data, and we will be covering the demo as well in this particular video. So this is what you will be learning particularly in this video. So what is the use case of the user data? Let's understand that first, and then we will move to the demo part. So just suppose that you have launched your first EC2 instance, correct? And on that you require to run your Python application. So you will be installing Python on that particular server. You will be running your application, and you also want to create your pipelines. So you install Jenkins as well on that particular server. You created your pipelines, your work is done, and you terminated that EC2 instance that time, because you can't keep your EC2 instances running or even in the stopped state for a long time, because there will be a cost associated with this elastic IP address or for the storage what you will be keeping, correct? So you will terminate the EC2 instance to save your cost. So once again, if you have to do the same thing tomorrow, you have to run your Python application again. You will be launching your server, you will be installing the Python software, you will be installing your Jenkins, and you will be creating pipelines. So all the steps you have to replicate every day, correct? So to overcome this particular challenge, to give the solution for this, there is a user data. So while launching your EC2 machine, you can pass the script, whatever the software installation or whatever the regular steps you have to do. All those kind of things you can pass in the script, and it will be performed before your EC2 instance comes up, correct? So when your server will come up, when your EC2 instance will come up, it will come up with all these prerequisites done. So that will save your time, and you can create an image out of that, and you can reutilize it. Or even if you are launching EC2 instances on the daily basis, your EC2 instance will come up with all those requirements. So manual execution of the commands and waiting for that particular time period, it will be saved from you, for you, correct? So that time duration particularly you can save. So let's move to the demo part now. So let's move to the demo part here on the EC2 side, and here we will be launching one EC2 instance, and we will see how this can help you to reduce your time to do the manual execution, correct? So let me launch one EC2 instance called as demo. Then the networking and the OS side, we will be selecting Amazon Linux as usual, what we do. And here we will be selecting Amazon Linux to 2023 AMI, that is free tier eligible actually. And then instance type, we will be selecting t2.micro as usual. And on this t2.micro, you can see there is a one core of CPU, there is 1 GB of memory. That will be completely enough for us to utilize it, correct? And then moving forward, we will be selecting the key pair. So key pair, I will be selecting the one what we have created earlier. So I will be using the public key pair, correct? That I have given the name. You can, if you don't want if you don't know how to create public key pair, you can just click on this. You will just give a name, and you will click on the create key pair. That will be created, and it will come here. I just selected, or from the drop down you can select the existing one, correct? So that you can utilize. Then in the network settings, you have to pass the networking configuration. So you will be passing your VPC. Right now I'm selecting the default one. If you have created any other VPC, that you can select, and then you can pass the subnet details. So I'm selecting AP South 1A. What are the subnets, what is the VPC, that we will be talking later on. So here we more focused towards user data. Then auto assign public IP enable, because I will require this public IP address to access our EC2 instances or to communicate with the internet. Whenever we will install software, we will require the public IP address to connect with the internet, correct? So let's create one security group as well here. So I will give the name as demo sg, the same name what I had given before. So let me select this one as description. So whatever the description, if you want to pass that description, you give. And security group rules. So I'll be doing the SSH to this EC2 machine, And even though I'm not going to use this SSH rules, but yeah, we are creating one inbound security group rules that you can create SSH port 22. If you want to add any other rules, you can choose the protocol here, TCP or HTTP protocol, or you can enable all traffic as well here, all traffic, or the HTTP or the HTTPS protocol, and the port you can mention here 80, 80, 80, whatever the port you want to allow to come to your server. Then now the main focus where the focus is of this particular video, so that we are covering on the user data. So here I'll be just copying the script what I have on the PPT side, and that we will utilize here. So let me copy this particular script. Let's move to the EC2 instance and just paste here. So I'll be just removing this last line. Correct. So bean bash sudo su sudo yum update sudo yum install docker sudo system kernel start docker enable docker and check the status of docker. And after that, if you want to do, I will install as well sudo yum install git hyphen y, so it will install git as well. If you want to install python, you can install python as well, sudo yum install python hyphen y. So what this user data will do, whenever my EC2 instance will come up, it will come up with docker installed, docker running, correct? It will start and enable docker. Then it will install git and it will install python as well. So my EC2 instance will come up with all these three software installed, the docker, the git and the python, correct? Because you can see in the earlier videos in the day 7 we talked that if you do the git on just launch a EC2 instance and you run the git command, it will not identify that. It says that unknown commands, correct? That means the server is not the software is not installed on that particular server. So now let's launch this EC2 instance and we will verify whether these three software has been installed or not. So let's click on the launch instance. Let's wait for a few more details. Okay, TCP, I will have to remove this security group rule because I don't want to add this right now. Let me remove. Let's click on the launch. The security group demo already exists for VPC. Edit instance config. Okay, so let me just remove this security group or select this demo SG if it is there before, correct? And all the details same. So let's go there, click on the launch instance. EC2 instance has been launched, it's running. Let's connect this, and from here EC2 instance connect with the help of public IP address and the connect button on the console. If you want to do the SSH, you can use this command from your local. You will require this public PAM key and then public IP address or the public DNS, and you can connect from local system as well. I will be using the AWS console here, and this one I will show you in another video how to do the SSH from your local system to your EC2 instances. So let's click on the connect, and here you will see that one user data execution, what we were thinking of the user data, what we have run, correct? So that that should install all the softwares which we require on this particular platform. So let's do the sudo su, and then if you want to check whether git is installed or not, you can check git version. You will see git version is git is installed. You can see the git version. Then if you want to check for your python that we installed, so you run the python version, you see python 3.9 is installed here. Now we also enable the docker, so let's check for the docker as well. Sudo system kernel status docker. You will see docker is running, it's active and running, correct? So you can see that this particular user data helped us to install all those softwares without running any command on this particular server, correct? So this user data helps us to identify us to actually install the software which are required on the server side for our day-to-day task or for our automation. So this user data helps you in that particular way, correct? Now let's move to the PPT once again. And if you want to install your nginx server, correct, so basic user data script for setting up apache, you can run the script in the similar way. You can use this bean bash. That's the starting point of your user data script or the linux script, sorry, the bash script, you can say. This is the here we'll be using the bash terminal. So for writing your bash script, this is the syntax what you will be using, same line. And then you will be doing the update package manager, yum update. Yum is a package manager for your linux server. So yum update hyphen y, that you will be doing. Then you will be installing your nginx, the apache one, httpd. And then you will start that and you will enable. If you want to print any message on your ip address, so that you can do. This will print welcome to ec2 instance when you will be clicking on the public ip address of your ec2 instances. In the similar way, if you want to make it based on particular path or that kind of thing, so you can create a directory at the runtime. And then this one we will cover when we will talking about path based routing. So then we will creating multiple paths, and on that particular path we will see how this will work. Or if you want, I can just create this. Let's try this out as well. So let me do the control c, and then let's go to the control, click on launch instance. Let me click one more instance, test. Let's select the same, keep here public one. And the ami here I have selected the same amazon linux. Then t2.micro networking configuration, let me do the same. Subnet episode 1a. Create security group, no. Let me select the existing one, demo sg. And then let's directly move to the advanced details. And here I'll be passing the same script, has some like bin bash, yum update, yum install httpd, system kernel start, system kernel enable, mkdir to create a directory, html first, welcome to first ec2 instance, and here first slash index.html. Let's click on the launch. Your ec2 instance has been launched. Let's see. Let's click on the ip address, and it should give you some of the details after this slash first. Okay, for that I will have to enable this security group port 80 as well. So let me add that. Edit and bound rules, custom tcp port 80, that I will have to allow 00. Save rules. Welcome to first ec2 instance, that you can see, correct. So when you allowed in the port 80 and the tcp protocol with the http, because we have not secured https, we don't have right now, we don't have any ssl certificate, so it gave you the particular message what we wanted to print, welcome to first ec2 instance, correct. So this way you can run your user data, you can deploy your services, you can deploy your application on the ec2 instances, that means you on your virtual server. So that's all. In this particular video we saw the details about the user data. In further videos we'll be talking about the other details about the user data, how to run your scripts. Then we will move forward with the different launch template, auto scaling groups, and all those details. So thank you for watching this video. Let's meet in the next video.